Hey Bucket Pond family, today we're going to talk about Hornwort. It's a lot of fun, it's very easy, and if you're having any trouble with this stuff, I may be able to help you. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the video, and let's go. So first we have a sealed ecosystem aquarium. It's a little dusty, you'll have to forgive me, but this has been closed for about 1 year, and we do have Hornwort inside the aquarium, floating and planted. And it's maintained a very small structure here, and it has helped to keep this tank going. We have some life in here, which is partially supported by the Hornwort. And ultimately, I do recommend it for a sealed ecosystem, kind of like this. I'm sure we can get more mileage out of it if we set the tank up a bit differently. But as it is, yes, Hornwort, definitely recommended for sealed jar aquariums. I'm a little shaky, but we should see some life in the aquarium. Yeah, mostly ostracods. Yeah. Next we have one of my favorite scud aquariums. This project is planted exclusively with Hornwort, and it's very successful. We are able to support many scuds in here. And I do need to clean the jar, apparently. But yes, the scuds are healthy and vibrant and very active. The Hornwort itself is also very beautiful, excuse me. And it looks great. Lots of growth. I don't see any fallen needles or shed needles. When I first started with Hornwort, that was a concern, but honestly I haven't seen that much. It hasn't really happened. See, our tanks don't have any needles down here at the bottom. It's all just substrate and scuds everywhere. It's perfect. So it works really well for a 1 gallon open jar aquarium, especially if you're raising scuds, apparently. And I can actually attach a link to the build video for this particular jar on my channel if you're interested in how I set it up. This was built back in, May of 2025, so it's very healthy, very active. Tank looks great, and that's thanks in part to Hornwort, a large part for this project. Now, for the most part, these tanks are kept at room temperature, like 70 to 80 degrees, roughly. I'm an American. You do the translations. It's okay. But, yeah, usually these tanks are kept at about room temperature, and we get, you know, a moderate amount of growth, some nice development, healthy plants. Next up, we'll go to my DIY heat and humidity chamber right here. You're going to see a lot of weird stuff in here. Don't judge me. But we're going to take this jar out for a look, and I'll bring it over there. But over here, from my high heat and humidity chamber, which is running at about, like, I don't know, 85 to 90 degrees on average. And yeah, here's what happens to Hornwort in that condition. It just takes over. This was meant for my bladder snails, raised in a high heat environment, because they will grow, they will mature faster in higher temperatures. It's really interesting. And I was hoping to explore that and see if we can't make use of it somehow, that trait or behavior. But instead we ended up with a jar that's absolutely full of Hornwort. There are some bladder snails in here, but I cannot find them very easily. They're not very big because there's not much room in the tank. And I can barely even feed the aquarium. It's hard to get food in here because of all of the plant mass. There we go, there's one of our snails. Just so you know I'm not crazy. And yeah, so this stuff grows really, really wild in a high heat environment, which maybe you are providing in your own projects, I don't know. But that is a very interesting point. So even though it's failing as a snail tank, it is working as a Hornwort production facility. So we're going to keep this as is in the high heat environment and allow it to continue to produce Hornwort. But we are going to take some out. So here we are, and the tank looks great. I've had this cutting floating in here for about 24 hours, and it has adapted well. I don't see any problems. Again, I was worried about the needles falling, but that never really became an issue, only in 1 or 2 projects at first. I don't know if the Hornwort just enjoys my setups and the conditions, or if that's just how it is. Either way, I haven't had many problems with leaves and needles falling off of the plant, making a big mess. And here's that jar I showed you at the start of the video. I took this piece from the current Hornwort jar that we just looked at, but I took it about 24 hours ago. and it looks great. Yeah, it looks fine. So it will survive in this kind of setup, just a jar full of water. It will grow a bit, but eventually it will start to have issues, or it will overtake the tank. So I definitely suggest Hornwort used in larger projects, at least a half-gallon or so, and be mindful of it just taking over the aquarium, because it will do that if given the chance. You may have something that will eat this stuff. I was told that scuds might devour it, but so far we haven't triggered that in our scud population. There's a happy little bladder snail. But yes, I haven't seen that in our scud population just yet. I just enjoy growing it, and I want to show you one more thing. It's raining right now, so I can't stay out here too long, but I wanted to show you that we have Hornwort in an outdoor project as well, and some nice flowers. But yes, right over here in the mutagen pond, as we call it, we have a ton of Hornwort just producing, just growing like crazy. Plenty of water, very hot this time of year, very sunny, and just look how healthy it is. It's beautiful. So the contaminants that affected my snails, it hasn't affected the plants at all. We have some alligator weed in here as well, some taro and some stuff hanging around, not really in the tank. And it's pretty effortless. I don't do anything for this project. I just come out here and take samples and play with things and look for interesting bladder snails and that kind of fun stuff. The tub cost me like $8. So if you're trying to mass produce Hornwort, I would definitely suggest something like this if you live in a sunny environment. Of course, in the winter, it would fall back, excuse me. But this is post-winter. Last year. It's still going just fine. It's been out here the whole time. No issues. See if we can't get into the oasis for this little final segment here. Excuse me. It's getting a little crazy out here, you guys. A little subtropical. Oh. But I love it. I love it. We got spiderwort. We got swamp lilies. We got a beer can. Don't look at that. That's not good. Pool pond number 1. I don't know, guys. Wish I was live streaming right now and you could just tell me if you wanted to see a little trip around the oasis before we end the video. Things are going crazy out here this time of year, and that's okay. That's what we want. Our rain tree is laden with leaves and seeds. It's fun. Well, all right, guys, we have taken a trip around the fish room. We've looked at a ton of different Hornwort projects. I even showed you 1 or 2 outdoors. This stuff is very easy to grow. I highly recommend it. Definitely if you're working with jar aquariums, just be ready to trim and propagate the Hornwort pretty often. Otherwise, your jar will be full of plants and it won't leave much room for snails or scuds or whatever else that you're raising. If you're running a half-gallon aquarium, maybe a 1 gallon or a 2 gallon tank, you might look at Hornwort. It's good stuff. It's pretty readily available and very effective. It helps with biofiltration, and it looks cool too. So yeah, Hornwort, definitely recommended. I'll have more recommendations and tips and stuff in future videos, just trying to share what I've learned that I know works at this point. And yeah, we'll have a lot of fun. Before we go, guys, please do like and subscribe. And I have a question for you. Do you want to see more of the Backyard Oasis? Should I stop talking about it so much? There's a lot going on out here, and I want to share it with you, but not many people watch those videos. So I'm just curious, is there a following? Do you guys want to see the backyard ecosystem? You want to see what I've done out here? Which I think is kind of amazing. It's an interesting little microclimate at this point. But yeah, do you want to see more of this ecosystem out here? Let me know in the comments, and thank you for watching.